Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Aurora 4X in our Star Trek role-playing framework, episode number 7. Off camera, I just started doing this. Actually, I was going to do it on camera, but I got interrupted. But I'm not going to redo it. So I put a governor in charge of 1996 TL66. This has our 3 civilian mines. I just picked somebody who had a very high mining bonus. Now all of our individuals with mining bonuses are taken, but Nicholas Cross is now working on 1996. Huya got Aaron Parsons, and Neujman got Declan Fowler. I was not sure. I was not sure who to choose for my civilian bonus, my civilian administrator of Mars. So that was just what I was looking at, and I want to look at both wealth creation bonuses, which is probably not the important thing at first. That's another a good secondary, but at first we want population growth. Now we have civilian administrator Lucas May, and we have Luke Power. Well, Lucas May has political reliability bonus, which should give him the nudge from, connections or whatnot. He has a population growth bonus of 5. They both do. He has a factory bonus of 5. In fact, they both do. Actually, no. The other person has a factory bonus of 10%, but we're not expecting factories to be ever something that we're using on Mars. It's possible. Mars is, I think, the second best place to put stuff, generally. Like if you're, because you end up sometimes mining pretty heavily from Mars, which we will in our case as well. But I'm going to give it to Luke Power just because of the role-playing that we can kind of, even though he doesn't have the political reliability bonus, we might be able to just pretend that since he's some kind of relative of Tortuga Power, that he's been given the nod, a little bit of built-in political reliability bonus just by his name. So we'll give him the nod to be the governor of Mars, and we'll see how far Luke Power goes. These aren't terrible stats. Like, this is not something that you would be terrified of. Actually, I can't really see a great benefit for this, but anyway. So we'll do that. We're still waiting on our sector command. That's still going to be a while, but I think we already got up our staff officer. We already have... This should be giving me... Yeah, we already have fleet headquarters assigned. Very good. I wonder why fleet headquarters is only working at the commander level. But anyways, we have survey bonus. That's right, we wanted survey bonus there. Well, perfect. Okay, so all of our civilian administrators are done. Before I get into all this stuff, we also want to take a look at, as I said, the Tortuga Power, the ship itself. This is now being sent back to refuel at Earth after its next thing because its maintenance life is just about at the limit. It's currently at 100% morale, but we know that the expected maintenance time for this ship is 16 months, and it's at 15 now. So we will be calling it just a little bit early, but just because I'm not going to remember, and then we'll be out doing inefficient things. I guess I can just, let's just do it now. Let's let it wind back that time, and then we'll send it back out. So that'll be the end of that. Then the next thing we're just looking at is I moved my mass driver up. Somebody correctly mentioned, I think it was Guardsman Gary, mentioned that the reason why we're not shipping anything back in the civilian, we're not shipping these stockpiles back to Earth because Earth itself doesn't have a mass driver, although these places do. Earth needs a mass driver to be able to catch those things, otherwise it would just we'd be bombarding the planet, and that's not good. So we'll first get a mass driver on Earth after, very, very quickly here in a couple months, we'll be finishing off the fuel refineries. That's only going to take another 2 months or so, and then we'll get our mass driver, just at least one of them done, so that Earth has a mass driver. And then after that, we'll keep doing the automated mines. Actually, you know what? How many automated mines do we have right now? I don't mind getting the automated mines out there. And that's the final thing we're going to do as prep work is we're also going to put a supply of, let's just say the 13 automated mines we have here already available on Earth. And this is how we're going to set contracts. We're going to put up for any civilian company, anybody who is available can take my 13 automated mines here, and they can put them on, where do we want to start mining? So I know Mars has some good stuff, and I was thinking of putting some mines there, but it might be even more efficient if we can hold off for a while to mine out Earth completely Mars will eventually have a population, and we can actually use our existing normal mines on Mars, since it's one of the few places we'll have a population able to support normal mines. Everywhere else is we're going to be using automated mines. So let's just start picking on places that need automated mines and not choose Mars right away. Let me go to minerals here. I haven't used this method before, but maybe it's functional. Yeah, I mean, this is nice. Which one do we want? I don't think we need the thorium immediately. Very, very low return on investment from Venus, though. I guess the question is best answered by taking a look at our current demands. So let's take a look at what we have. Alright, we're negative on Mercasium. I guess that probably solves it that we should go to, was it Venus? Yeah, Venus has an extremely low amount of Mercasium. It's going to take a long time to get even 80,000 out at 0.1. But I guess that's a nice mission to give our civilian economy, just to get things started. So we're just going to dump some automated mines on Venus. They cost a little bit in maintenance, but it's something to fuel our private economy, actually. It's like giving the corporations a bailout, or some may call it a subsidy. We call it a bailout because we're very harsh on civilian economies here. I don't usually ever give them money, basically, but we can kind of somewhat do that, somewhat give them money by giving them something to do instead. Instead of a bailout, we're giving them a proper mission. So let's go to Venus and let's set up a 13 demand for automated mines here. And we'll see if that triggers anything from our civilians. I don't think they even have any freighters yet. No. And all they're doing is moving colonists, but hopefully that'll change, because if we can get some of the infrastructure that they are capable of building on Earth over to Mars and to the Moon, we should see a big explosion in population from those. I wonder, have they actually built infrastructure? No, they haven't actually built it. We're capable of building a lot of infrastructure here, 2,800, 2,700 a year, but none of that is currently being utilized. So, all right, and that said, we'll just start ticking away, and mainly the idea is to get our research up. We're looking, so we're going to want to start dumping automated mines everywhere. That's as soon as this economy starts leveling out. Probably we should drop down the research lab to 50%. Maybe as soon as the real fuel refineries are done, we'll drop this down to only 50%, and we'll really start focusing on getting our mines up everywhere. Although I do like to have a lot of research labs. So yeah, I mean, 50% is not too low. Because we are, well, we're not in desperate need of the resources yet. Mercasium's the only thing we're negative on. And I don't think we're really going to be increasing our demand of resources for the next 10 years or so. Okay, well, let's just start taking away, and I'll kind of think about it, maybe out loud while we're going. And this is what you're going to see on the bottom is unrest rising on Mars, then unrest, dropping. All right, now we finally finished the very lengthy expansion of Davidson Naval. I'm going to do expansions by only 2,000 this time. Somebody was mentioning basically that the lower the capacity, the lower the mod rate, means the lower time the larger amount of time it takes to add capacity. So when you're at a lower capacity, you have to use lower and lower capacity amounts to increase by, so that you build up your mod rate to be able to choose higher numbers. So me starting with 5,000 from the get-go was a bit of a mistake. I should have done like 1,000, 1,000, and then maybe 2,000, and then maybe 5,000. But so yeah, we'll just do 1,000 for now, set this activity. That'll be done. I mean, you can see how much faster this is going to be done in like 3 months compared to 5,000 being done in like, what was it, like 8 years? It doesn't matter because we don't need it for a while, but I do want to get it up to 10,000. So we'll start ticking away at 1,000. 1,000 little increments. I saw the Tortuga power had some morale issues, but that's fine. It's perfect because it's just coming back. So we planned that out pretty well. All right, research is done. Very good. Dr. Jordan starting to strut her stuff. scientifically. What else do we want to get next? I guess the next step was better fuel consumption again. And at some point we will be doing jump point theory, but it's just not necessary quite yet. I would like to get really good engine technology for whatever system survey, not the geological, but gravitational survey vessel. I'd like that one to have really good engines so that it's possible to use that one in other systems. I'd like that one to be around for just longer than just Sol. Because we'll be leaving Sol, well, sure, like in 20 years, but it's not too far away. So cue that. Make sure we don't have any extra labs. We don't, and on we go. Alright, construction of mass driver is started. Fuel refineries are done. Constant reminders about Mars. Those will be going on ad nauseum until we resolve the infrastructure problem there. If we ever do. So yeah, let's get a mass driver. That's good. We have no unused. I'm going to do the military. Oh, well, we are losing money pretty quickly. Huh. Let's get more than one of these if we're going to do it. We might as well get like 100 at a pop. No, I do want, I have to say, I'm going to actually do the opposite of what I said I was going to do. I'm going to jump this up to 80. I want the research labs just really, really quickly. And the faster I can get, I don't know, how many do we want? I'd like it like 100 total. At least 70. So we need at least another 20 labs, which I think is what I have it set for, yeah. I need at least this many before I stop building research labs. And then we can start, giving 5 to everyone with the extra ones we're going to start building. Okay, so no unused, everything's ready. Take away. Okay. Excuse me. We'll get her up to 15 first. I think that's what I agreed myself off camera. That would be a good number. And there's the Tortuga power because I did not give them the mission to stop. Oh boy. Yeah, so let's go take off this order. Bad. Bad. And send you back again. Refuel. Okay. There we go. Now what else do we have going on? Was something supposed to stop? No. Doesn't look like anything interesting here. Okay, so we'll keep going. That research lab finished very quickly. Sorry if the drink I'm sorry if the mic is picking that up. But my throat is, I had a long day of talking yesterday. I was on a podcast and a bunch of other stuff. So, explaining several things. My throat is really bothering me. At this lab, come on. Let's go. Let's get something done in this episode, right? Now, the question I actually have, since Tortuga Power stopped us, is, have the civilians... No. Interesting. I might need to do something to get them... Cerberian was mentioning that maybe even just putting a contract would be enough to help the situation. Okay, I did supply and demand, right? I didn't get it mixed up. Venus's demand? Yeah, that's correct. Okay, yeah, everything looks correct. Well, let's just hope that the money they make off transporting colonists is eventually enough to get us a freighter. I could be doing the transport with a freighter myself. I mean, my freighter, the Sonia, is just doing nothing right now. But I think after we get to... Oh my gosh, we already have... We have one, and we almost have a second drive. Once we get a second drive, I can go drop that on Venus? I don't know. I don't really want to mine Venus initially. There's lots of better comets I could go and drop a mining place on. But we are losing more calcium. Oh, okay, but the time we need to deplete our projected usage is still way under what our stockpile plus production is. So, yeah, no worries there. So I don't really know what to do with our freighter. I guess we should just start mining different things, though. Okay, Davidson's finished. We'll add another 1,000 to Davidson, and then we'll go by 2,000 just to get her up to 10,000. And Tortuga Power is going to start decreasing his clock, which is good as well. Another research lab ready to go. And we're up to 15. Okay, that means we can actually start giving other people... By the way, defense, 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 no. I don't know this, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to go and relieve Dr. Simmons of the possibility to contribute. I'm going to go and remove her. Actually, she's the only backup MK. Okay, never mind. Construction, production, we have one better. LG. Okay, we have 2 LGs and one is 20%, 15. This one's 0. Let's go remove Dr. Steele. Let's also remove Dr. Ahmed, because we have several different power and propulsion. So let's remove Dr. Ahmed and Dr. Steele. Re-Steele, Aaron Ahmed. I don't know if this is how it works, but it's possible that eliminating some scientists increases the demand for them. So Aaron Ahmed, let's retire you. And Steele, Re-Steele, Doctor, I'll retire you as well. It's not good to do that. I didn't even pay attention. I should have been looking if they had a survey bonus or whatnot, because eventually we will want geological surveys to see if they can discover some extra minerals or at a higher accessibility. Those things will be interesting, but for now I just want to clear space just in case that does put pressure to get more scientists. Since we're still, darn it, are we still missing a defense scientist? And defense is like one of the 3, the cardinal 3. You know, research, you want construction, production, power and propulsion, and then you want defense systems so you can get the armor cost down. This is for just civilian ships, even to be efficient. You want those 3. Maybe LG is the 3rd one, this is the 4th. But yeah, it's still one of the important ones. Okay, so unrest is increasing on Moon and Mars now. But it's just due to overcrowding. They don't yet demand some kind of defense. Alright, now we had research and Gauss stuff has been completed. So we'll get David Collins, who completed something in Gauss, continuing something in Gauss. We'll probably get him just to continue his continuation in Gauss. Yeah, because that's another thing which can potentially help civilian ships, is even like if you get Sea-Wiz. Okay, moving on. Oh, Tortuga Power is fully rested. Let's send them back out then. Hey, there we go. Anything interesting? No. Alright, so let's get Tortuga Power back out there. Just give him the geo survey orders. And I shouldn't have to do anything else. He'll leave on his own now. There he goes. And our research lab. Okay, first, always make sure that it wasn't a person dying who freed it up. No. And then go back. And alright, the first person, other than the 2 main ones, the 2 spoiled ones, is going to get a research lab. Let's do improved command and control. I think that would be very useful. Terraforming is another thing that we now have capable, but I don't really think we have the industrial capacity to spare for it right now. So I'm going to put sector command first. Okay. I really could get one of the other scientists. Okay, Davidson finished. We'll get 2,000 on Davidson. Should be enough for now. Set that activity. I could get one of the other scientists, like 25% is still good. This means this is still better than even a 5% in defense to go to defensive systems and just start working on. This won't take that long. And it will also help Max Nixon as a backup for Dr. Jordan. Same way I could even get, I like to have a backup in each category. Eventually when I have like 100 research labs, I like to have one person who is the main person getting like 20 labs or so. and the next person just getting 1. So that I always have a backup when the first person dies ready to go. That's the way I like to do it. You know, it's in an ideal world at least. But yeah, I guess we won't do that quite yet. We don't yet have the abundance of research labs necessary. Okay, a lot of stuff has happened here. Sensors, we'll have to get Aaron Norman. Sensors. Construction of mass drivers is finished. That's good. We will get the Sonia doing something then. And I think it's good that financial centers are starting. All right. So, wait. We also have an inactive. Uh-oh. Please no. Every time I'm worried that it's a scientist dying. You know what? We might as well give it to... Who's going to need it the most? I'm pretty reluctant. We're going to need a lot of energy weapon stuff just because the Enterprise... But that's not until the end of this century. 2100 or so. So... Yeah, let's do the sensors. This is pretty useful, I think. What do we want to add next? Don't need those. Probably don't really ever need those. EM's 8. The thing is, EM, when you do build a sensor, your active sensors, they do rely on EM. So this is actually helpful for increasing your range. Like you can get both of these to improve active. So EM is kind of a nice one to focus on, even if you want to just do passive sensors. They detect planets better than thermal. Thermal's generally better for your passive sensor because they'll detect engines. And EM only detect like shields and stuff like that. But usually other ships aren't just running their shields all the time. Still, I think we'll go with EM because it does have a double benefit. Yeah, active grav and EM. We'll just get these two up so we have really good active sensors. I think that's okay. I like to add deep space tracking stations because I really feel like it's cool to have. These are essentially listening posts. They're passive sensor stations. So they're not as good as using your active sensors all the time, and it doesn't really matter. I don't think there's anything wrong with using an active sensor on a planet. If the enemy knows that you're in the system, they're going to find your planet really soon. You're probably giving off a huge EM signature or a thermal signature, so I don't mind using a big active profile on the planet. But it's pretty cool as like a role-playing thing to have little listening posts all over that the enemy won't detect or they have a very difficult time detecting. I really like that. By the way... Yeah, okay. I mean, another thing I could do is just increase the military academy, and that would help me get another scientist faster. But for now, let's just be happy with what we have going on. And did I fix that situation? I did. Good. Yeah. Good. Next. Zoom out a little bit. Oh, wow. He's really going out there. All right. And this will always stop you. It'll always stop when they increase the number of mines or whatnot. By the way, I did create colonies on all the stuff that we would want otherwise, right? Okay, so duranium, colony. Yeah, we got colonies on all these things. It's good. And sorium. And this is 0.7, so this was a test case to see if the private economy ever takes it. I don't think they will because it's 0.7, not 0.8. But yeah, okay. And we ourselves need to get out there and start putting some stuff on these. Okay, so let's do that. Importantly, first, of course, we want to find the one which is closest to us. Like Coma Solo is a perfect example. It's a nice close range. Let's see. There we go. Comet paths. It's a nice close range comet. Doesn't go too far away. Let's figure out what Wild has on it. There's several ways you can do it. Like you can do it this way. You can create a colony on Wild and then open it. This is like probably the fastest way to figure out what minerals it has on it, because otherwise you have to sort for the name or look for it here. It's kind of a pain. I like the way we're doing it. Whoops, let's get that back. So this has neutronium, that's tritanium at 0.7. That's not bad. It's not an exceptional one, though. The thing is, we can leave our colony on this. But let's look at... Let's do this as well. Let's clean up the display a little bit. Now that I'm actually interested in only asteroids with minerals. Good. This will help us a bit. I think there's another display I can use that helps me a bit, but... I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter. It's not too difficult for us to just check like this. Wait. Eunomia. I don't want Eunomia. This, I'm sure, has nothing. Okay, abandon. Yes. Yes. This is the problem. There is an item here besides Macholtz or whatever. It's just you have to be really precise about where you're clicking. Because it's invisible to us. We've removed it from, like, display, but it's still there. The game still knows it's there, so we can right-click on Euphoria or whatever it was. Now, do you have anything? You do. Actually, you have better tritanium. You have boronite. And you're pretty close by. So we'll just leave that one. We might as well get a colony on all these. Temple 1, what do you have? You just have mercassium pretty low. We'll leave you as a possibility, though. Somebody will probably tell me there's a faster way of doing this. I may even know a faster way, but it's not coming to mind. I like this one, tritanium 0.9. Is tritanium an issue for us? Duranium is still... I mean, we're okay, but... Let's see, tritanium... Yeah, we have a decent supply of it, to be honest. We're not hurting yet. Okay, Rheinmuth. I should have checked this stuff off camera, so for that I apologize. Galsite at 0.9, I really don't care about that yet. Maybe even ever. Okay, what do you have? Neutronium, corborite, mercassium at 0.7. Nah, we'll skip that as well. I want to get... Yeah. Shumase? It does have 0.9 for mercassium, but yeah, this would still take a while for us to get. And mercassium, I think, is the first thing for us to really go negative. Although we have a large stockpile of it, so it's not a real concern. We probably need to be more concerned just about the basic stuff. And by that basic stuff, I mean duranium and sorium. And maybe tritanium, since we didn't have much of a supply of it. Boronite, mercassium, again, not too interesting. We already have Comasola. And I think we've gone full circle for the initial few. Okay, Neujman, we already know we have a private thing there. So Panthos is coming up, though. Whoops, see? This is going to be so difficult. Oh, boy. What do you have, Panthos? Penthus. Oh my gosh. Oh, I do want to show colonies though. Why is show colonies not... There. Yeah, highlight own colonies. I do want to do that. Display 2. Asteroids with colonies in it. No. 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 Oh, well, yes, but not relevant. Yeah, okay, that's fine. All right, so have we gotten everyone here? We haven't gotten Van... This is going out a little bit further, so what are we at? What is this? This is Jupiter, so this is the inner solar system. We have Jupiter. Then before we get to Saturn, we have Van Biesbroek. And what would you offer for us? Anything interesting? No. Vendorite, but I don't think we need Vendorite. Vendorite... I mean, we have a low quantity left of it. Yeah. Yeah, it's really tough to say where to put our stuff. I think I would just prefer to do something which is local, which doesn't go very far. Like, what was Matt Colt's? What were you all about? Yeah, tritanium, boronite. It's something to start on, right? So let's just use McColtz as our test. All right, so Sonia, please load up from Earth a mass driver. Then unload that on Macholtz or McColtz. I'm going to call it McColtz. I think that sounds better. Notice I'm getting away from my, I think that's correct. I don't know what is correct. I'm just going to say I think that sounds better. Unload the mass driver. Then go pick up, actually, well, okay, let's do this in a, let's do this in a much more intelligent way. Let's first load an automated mine from Earth. Then drop it off on McColtz. Do this. How many do we want? At least 40. Let's put 50, so let's do this repeat 49 times. And then at the very last moment, pick up just one mass driver. This makes the most sense, by the way, to do it this way too, because your mass driver will usually do more than your 50 mines will. So it can catch up. So it's fine that it's delayed. And then drop that off at my Colts. Unload mass driver. Okay, good. Then finally just return to Earth and refuel. You'll probably need to refuel at that point if you don't need to refuel beforehand. But they have the conditional order to refuel at less than 30%. So that should happen regardless of whatever task the Sonia is given. Okay, good. Now I don't even think we have that many automated mines on Earth, but we are producing them. How many do we have? Currently, where is it? 21. What I could do is reduce the supply. I could cancel this and just make a supply of only 10, which allows, these haven't been taken yet anyway, but it gives a lot more for the Sonia to deliver. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do that. Okay, so that took quite a bit of time, but at least we're going to get a mining colony going somewhere else. Sonia is pretty quick, actually. That's not bad at all. I just realized she's so quick that our production of automated mines isn't going to keep up. Oh boy. Yeah, okay, I guess it's time to just drop this down to 60%. Automated mines unfortunately cost money, which is also going to hurt more. So it's like we got to do probably this, 20 and 20. We need those financial centers. They do not contribute very much. You can see 99.9% is tax on population. We just haven't been able to kickstart the economy enough on Mars and the Moon to get them to do something useful yet. So hopefully that changes. Because this money situation is not fantastic, and it's very, very bad to run out. Money doesn't mean a whole lot in this game. Once you have like a positive flow, you just forget about it indefinitely. But until you do, it can cripple your entire economy. Your entire empire can be crippled, just slowed to a crawl until the money situation is fixed. What happens is the percentage of stuff you're able to produce drops. Due to wealth trade modifier, this will go down, and as this goes down, you don't produce as much, which means it costs less. You have less of a tax on, your research slows down, your installation, construction, all these things slow down, which means you have less expenditures. So eventually you'll get back into the positive. It's nice. It's a robust system. It's a rubber band built in that you won't just ruin the game for yourself indefinitely, but it's still better to avoid it, of course. All right, so Dr. Jordan is now doing 0.5, but we can get her to queue up magnetoplasma drive technology. Or we can actually do the reactor. Yeah, no, better to get the drive technology first, then we can get the reactor technology for the next drive after that. So we'll do this. Yeah, we're making good progress, though. Surprised we haven't got another lab available. I guess we did spend a long time getting our colony on McColtz set up. By the way, let's just take a look at how McColtz is doing. Well, look at that. She already has a stockpile of 4 tritanium, 4 boronite, and 4 coronium. Wouldn't you know? Yeah, she doesn't have very many labs on her. Or 3, not labs, mines on her. Okay, inactive. That's all we need to address right now. That's fine. Let's put that to... I guess this one will go to energy and weapons. Well, MK's got 50% bonus, so let's do that one first. Okay, and moving on. Ah. This drink has those little marble ice cubes in there. They're very fun to crunch. I don't think it's... I think I've heard it's bad for your teeth, but boy, it's fun. Alright, so only thing we need to worry about is adding another lab, which means finally EW will get theirs. Thank you for your patience, Dr. Fitzgerald. Yeah, and I forgot that we have scientists we'll have to name. I actually have it still. So who gets to be a scientist? I think we have some. Yeah, like Filthy Frank. Interesting name. I'm probably going to call him Frank Filthy, just so that it's more of a name. Poor last name to have, poor surname to have Filthy, but we also have Reynard James. Yeah, we have a few good ones we can throw in there. Okay. We're good here. There's a whole bunch of notices on that. Dr. Jordan had something. Oh, good. So Tortuga Power is actually completing the surveys. We can double check that here. Has one planet, one moon left, and one asteroid. Interesting. That's interesting. So only has 3 left, and that's probably what it means that it wasn't able to queue up more than just 3. It only queued up 1. We're missing something. We'll probably bring them back down to the middle of the system and let them try again. But 10 million, like... Yeah, okay, so 10 billion, I think, is the limit. And it could be something within that range, definitely. So we'll send him back to Earth and then see if he can queue up something else. By the way, is this done? Is this known? Do we know anything about you? No, we don't. Okay, so we just manually give him an order to ferry himself out to McNaught Russell. McNaught Russell comments. Ah, there it is. Of course, it's... I don't want to have a colony there, but that's fine. We'll just do survey, geological survey, add this task. Then I think that this very long one has already been done. It must be this one. Yeah, it's already done and there's nothing on there. So I'll abandon this one. No reason to have that. So after that, we'll have Tortuga Power come back, refuel, and that probably will just be the last thing he needs to go do whatever moon he missed. Maybe one of Saturn's or Jupiter's, who knows. So, no, that's not what I want. Refuel. Okay, we'll see where he's at after he gets done with all those things. Sonia's still working to fill up the Colts with all those automated mines. It looks like we're breaking even. Yeah, kind of breaking even on the production of automated mines versus the Sonia's time to actually deliver them. Or it looks like we're about even on it. Okay, so now unfortunately we're going to get messages. Sonia, she should go back and refuel. Does she? I'm pretty sure she violates her orders in order to do this too. We'll find out because it'll keep reminding us every tick. Okay, Dr. Connor increased his research bonus, but we're still good on that, right? Yeah, okay. So let's see what happens. No, the orders haven't changed. Well, that's a bummer. I thought that they did this automatically, but now I think I encountered this issue before. So refuel, unfortunately there's no way to move up and down the queue. You just gotta remove their entire order set. We might as well go drop the... no, it just doesn't matter. So once we're done refueling at Earth, I will... did I give the conditional order? Is it like in there? Yeah. Huh. It's there. I don't know why it's not working. Somebody will let me know in the comments, I'm sure. But I need to make sure this is visible. There we go. All right, sorry, my recording software got blocked. I brought up the spreadsheet of all the names and couldn't see my own recording. How we're doing on time. 40 minutes. Yeah, another episode where not too much has gotten done. Davidson finished. We have some research to do as well. Other research labs. Does that mean everybody's at 2? That's nice. So everyone got to 2 labs. It's, you know, it may not seem much jumping from 1 to 2, but it is double their research rate. So there's something to be said. And I think we'll leave Davidson where at the current level they're at. 10,000 is enough. I will probably eventually want 20,000 ships, but I mean the Enterprise is actually going to be, oh boy, bigger than 20,000. We can almost guarantee it's going to be a big ship to accomplish everything it wants to accomplish. Now, there's nothing else interesting going on here. We fixed the Sonya's problem, so once they're done. Okay, Sonya's completed their orders. And I didn't check how many times, or how many, let's just quick check. How many do we have on the Colts? 11. So let's get, I don't know, another 39 then. Okay, so load automated mine. McColts, where are you? There you are. Unload. And do this. Well, let's be honest. It only took 11 trips or so for them to run out of fuel. So I'm going to do this in trips in chunks of 10. Add in a refuel at Earth. And then I'm going to repeat this. Twice more will give me 30. And there's like 11, 13 there or something like that right now. 11? I forget. So this will put 30 additional mines on it. And it shouldn't run out of fuel while it's doing all that stuff. Also, yeah. How did that work? Oh, that works perfect. Yeah, so we'll do that. We won't have to think about the Sonya for quite a long time then. Okay, we had something. Okay, civilian mining on 1996 TL66 is expanded. That's actually bad for our economy. And research into fuel storage large has finally commenced. Oh, that means the improved command and control. Great. So we actually have to build the sector command. But I don't know if we're going to be doing that anytime soon. I'll put it in there. Maybe we'll do it before the military academy. Maybe not. But this is really what we have to worry about. Negative 200. We're getting some financial centers, though. Maybe we'll go up to 200 then. If we're in this bad of shape, we probably just drop this to 50 and put this up to 30. Finish those a little faster. All right, we'll do that. Automated mines are still coming along well. We're about breaking even, so that's good. We wouldn't be breaking even if the civilian economy ever got off its butt and actually started transfer stuff to Venus. But okay, until that happens, we can just keep transferring at our equal rate to McColts. I think a few, so we have a few teams finishing here, and I think also I missed one, yeah. So let's just go in order here. Brandon Allen, he has one. Dr. Jordan has one. Dr. Fitzgerald just finished one, I think. Yeah, turret tracking, and is now doing ultraviolet laser, as we see here. So let's get the next CW. Probably just the next laser. Oh, we don't have it. Okay, good. It's important to do the distance for the lasers first, I think. I mean, at some point I think you're hamstrung by your actual laser focal size, but I think that it's important to do the lasers, the distance, basically the frequency, because that means better distance, as there's no downside to that. But as I said, there is this kind of damage per size trade-off you get when you go to the larger size lasers. So now there's stuff that we can be doing which just has no detriment at all. Turret tracking speed. So if I wanted, I can do it. Yeah, in fact, let's just do that next. All right, Norman has one. Hughes, I think, finished one as well. Yep. Terraforming. Oh, this is my Well, I'll put this in the queue, but I have absolutely no desire for this. I only want terraforming rate worked on. We'll just do this to fill the queue so that we don't waste any research points. But basically, all I want from biology, I don't want ever the genome stuff. I don't know. We can talk about that, doing that in the 2100s maybe, but at least I don't plan on doing any kind of cloning of different, or manipulation of the genetic structure of humanity. It doesn't fit into my idea of what Federation does. That it seems like from the videos, from the TV series and all that they frown upon that. There's like a few genetically modified people every now and then, and it's like, oh, should we have done this? So it's a good question. It's like, where's the limit on science? All right, so we are still missing one, which is probably Collins. Nope. Connor. Yeah. LG. What do we want next? Small engineering section might be useful. Improved cargo handling. Absolutely 100%. No questions asked. Definitely want that one. Okay. We keep moving. Another research lab, which I think now that everyone has two, I think I'll give it to the most important in my opinion, which is we'll get Dr. Jordan up to 30. Actually, looks like Dr. Allen can now go up to 40, so we'll do that first. Everyone has two now, so they don't have to complain too much, but that's the most important thing, I think. Okay, good. Keep pushing. This is probably just going to be one of the less interesting episodes. I don't know if people would prefer for me to do some of this stuff as I'm doing here off camera. Maybe the first episode, this very first one, is an okay example of something I can do on camera. But after this, maybe I'll skip forward in time until like 2050 in the next, until the next episode. Let me know in the comments what you would prefer. Okay, what are you doing, Tortuga Power? Oh, he's trying to get out there. Damn it. I may have just stranded him. Go home. Go. I don't think he's going to make it, but we'll get as far as we can. So we're going to have to go save Tortuga. That's okay. I'm pretty sure we can go save him even with our Osiris. Because the Osiris is pretty efficient. Let's take a look at the Osiris. What do they have? Oh, 115? That's not... Yeah, that's probably not going to cut it. So unless they get to within like 10... Unless you get to within like 10, we can't really help out. Okay, that's not bad. If he gets back into the range of Kea Zhang. But I guess the Tortuga Power doesn't have the length to reach McNaught. This is at the very extreme of its... I mean, I don't want to call it an orbit, but I'll pretend it's an orbit. It's at the very extreme of its comet path. So, you're just really... I thought that the Tortuga Power... It must have been at like 40 or 30% already, because I think that was a very, very efficient ship. Able to go hundreds of billions, I think. So we just got unlucky with me not looking at that correctly. But it could give us a very interesting role-playing scenario if we have to go save the crew of the Tortuga Power if they run out of fuel. So, I mean, in a somewhat, from a role-play perspective, sadistic though it is, I kind of hope that they do run out of fuel. I'm going to turn off the comet pass though now. We don't need to see those. Looks a little bit better. And nothing else interesting. Okay, good. Sensors research is finished. We will continue our active grav, which is very important, I think. And yeah, we'll get this tick every 5 days now, so we might as well just turn off auto turn every time we're going to get Tortuga Power complaining about fuel. All right, so we'll just do this manually. 5 days. 5 days. I probably will just continue this off camera, so I don't make you guys watch all this, but you can kind of see what's going on here. We don't have anything special going on in the queue. We're just trying to build up financial centers to get our wealth situation finished a little bit quickly, to stabilize our wealth situation. Automated mines, which is just to keep up with the demand that McColtz has, and then progressing research just slowly but steadily. So again, I won't record the next episode for another day, maybe even 2. Let me know in the comments what you would prefer. if you prefer to see this on camera. I probably will skip some time. Just jumped like 3 years into the future or something. That'll get us a lot of this not very interesting stuff done. I mean, at least let me get to 2045 when we get the better research rate. That'll be interesting. Things will happen a lot faster then. And we'll just finish a few of the research stuff. Maybe I'll even like write them down so I'll let you know which ones have finished, so that you don't feel like you're missing out on anything. And I won't even queue up a new one until you guys get back, or I put it back on camera, something like that. So that's the idea I have, because this is going a bit slow, and I think there's no need to show you guys some of this stuff. It's not really interesting. I mean, we're already 2044. If I went a whole year, that would be like nothing. So let's get Dr. Jordan on her next thing, which is, this is a bit risky. I mean, not risky, but a bit of a stretch. 30,000 to get that. It's pretty far away. It's really nice to have 0.4 though, so let's just go ahead and do it. That is, I think, the break point where I'm like, okay, my ships are decent now. When they get to 0.4, 0.3 is like absurd, and I think it starts dropping by 0.05 from there. It goes from 0.3 to 0.25. Obviously, that's just a minor gain, so you start getting diminishing returns. And that's done. And the rest of this stuff is not important. Does it look like Tortuga Bell is running out? So we can do a little bit of math here. How much is he doing in a 5-day tick? He probably has 10 ticks left in him. Yep, he's not going to make it. We know how much he should be. I mean, we can do the math on how much he's traveling, but we estimate it as 1,300. He's going to go, he'll be okay. He'll be within range of being recovered. So that'll be fun with the Osiris going out. By the way, I hope I didn't... The Osiris still doesn't have the... Oh my god. So Osiris still has 100,000 colonists just waiting for a place to go. This will not be spoken of. Nobody has to know about this at all. So we'll just ignore that, and I'll even try to erase a few minds by progressing a few more turns. Well, now that we have a rescue mission, that'll be kind of fun to do next turn. Nothing interesting. Oh, they got it! They got a freighter! Fantastic. That's awesome. We finally have a freighter. That's very useful. I'm actually going to cancel now that they did that. Now that they actually have something useful, I'm going to cancel this order, because I would much rather them ferry around infrastructure and all that between my colonies than actually do, the moving of stuff that costs me money. Because money's not a thing we have a whole lot of. That's really important. Okay, fuel storage large is done. Improved cargo handling will take a long time. We'll still queue up the next research for that. So, who was that? Connor? LG. What do we want next? Could get the tug. Don't think it's necessary. Fuel very large isn't really... Geez, there's a lot of... I think from here we've already covered the ones we absolutely need. I guess I'll get the equipment for a tug. Orbital habitat can be interesting too. But yeah, let's do the tug first. Shoot, did I give that to the right person? Scott Connor. Just making sure that nobody has duplicates. And they don't. Fantastic. One more tick. Yeah, so I guess in the next episode, I might do... What I'll do is, I know exactly what I'm going to do. Assuming there's not a big protest in the comments, I'm going to save our ship on camera, and then I will cut the video and skip ahead until something interesting happens, maybe 2 or 3 years later. Because the rescue effort is going to be interesting. We obviously are not going to make it, but we got pretty darn close. We got almost back to the outer solar system. We're about to Pluto, right? Yeah, so let's see if we get to Pluto or not. If we get that, that's really not that bad. Yeah, we're not going to make it quite even to Pluto, but we'll definitely be within 2 times Pluto. We're already within 2 times Pluto. And this is, if we just go upwards, yeah, it's 13 billion. So we'll definitely be able to get it with the Osiris. We'll be able to dump a little bit of fuel. Oh, wait. I'm going crazy, of course. I need to make sure that the Osiris... It has to be less than half. I completely misjudged the math. Of course, we can't save the Tortuga power. Okay, this will be interesting. Well, I'll think about it off camera, but... Okay, let me just point out what I'm trying to... With the revelation I had. You guys are probably already screaming this, but if I can go 15 billion kilometers, that means I need to go only 7.5 to get back. So that means I can only go like 6 if I want to deploy any fuel and still get back. So we're going to need a new ship just to rescue the Tortuga power. But we do have plenty of new technology. And you know what might be interesting is to get the jump survey stuff going on. Who's supposed to be in charge of jump survey? I think it's actually Jordan. Jordan, after your drive, in fact, when is this going to be done? 2045, so a year. This is like basically turning into, what's that movie on Mars with Matt Damon? I forget. It probably has a very simple name like Mars. We're going to have you do something different. Forget about fuel conservation for the moment. We want you to get jump point theory. And the reason why is I want you to build me. I want to build, actually, I don't want you, but I want the United Earth to build a rescue ship that will then transition very seamlessly into our gravitational survey ship. And that will be something fun to do on the next episode. So, thanks for watching this one, and until the next one, take care.